It appears that Kevin Hunter is planning to go va-banque in his fight against his ex-wife Wendy Williams and make the final attempt to convince the judge in resuming his alimony payments. It seems like his recent failures in court didn't teach him anything, and he tries to weasel his way into Wendy's pockets. However, the former TV host is confident that his further attempts will only bankrupt him and laughs hard when she learns about his next move against her. Hi, everyone, and welcome back to Celeb Live Channel. I keep my eyes on the most scandalous events in show business and always bring you the hottest updates. So, Kevin Hunter must have been worn out by this alimony drama, and at this point, he reluctantly keeps knocking on the same door, expecting a new result. Word is on the street that his new filing against his ex-wife, Wendy Williams, went south, and the former TV host simply cannot conceal her joy seeing her ex's agony. Well, I've got all the details right here, so make sure to stay with me to get them first. It looks like Wendy Williams' alimony drama is coming to its end because the former TV host's attention has shifted to other important things. Apparently, Kevin used all his tricks and has no more aces on his sleeve. And while Wendy seemed to forget about her previous life full of infidelity and addictions, Kevin Hunter and his mistress are in agony. Well, Wendy deserves her piece from these two leeches because they sucked a lot of money from her account in the last couple of decades, and Wendy's attorney did the impossible to keep her frozen money away from their reach. As you probably know, she couldn't and still can't fully access her funds for a while now because she was placed under financial guardianship. An unfortunate turn of events for Wendy's ex-husband, Kevin Hunter. It was revealed that he was on the verge of losing everything because of a clause in his divorce papers. The agreement allowed Wendy to stop paying alimony if she were no longer working on the Wendy Williams show and receiving an equal amount of salary from another TV project, which apparently was very hard to match. Wendy was reportedly making about $10 million a year, or $55,000 per one episode, for the Wendy Williams show. As it was stated, her salary was cut immediately after she was fired from the show, and the former TV host received no compensation. So, losing job and income allowed her financial guardian to stop sending her ex-husband fat alimony checks. But as Kevin Hunter put it in his filing to the court, it felt like his lifeline was cut off. According to the documents, Kevin depended on these spousal payments from Wendy, and without them, couldn't pay for homeowner association, car insurance, and to pay off his outstanding credit card bills. He released a huge statement about his financial stress and how absence of Wendy's money impacted his life. In his long petition, she wrote the fact that I am unable to sustain my life and pay my bills in order is extremely emergent to me. I cannot pay my bills and sustain my day-to-day living. He certainly expected the judge to have sympathy for his woes, but his sob story and tears did not convince the justice system. But a New Jersey judge found Kevin's demands were not emergent and ordered the recent application to be dismissed without prejudice. Despite this traumatic outcome, Kevin didn't think to give up because as he believed that at least half of Wendy's money actually belonged to him. So he gathered another team of attorneys hoping that fresh blood will somehow help him to reason with Wendy's guardian. I mean, any decent person would back up at this point, but not Kevin. The greed made him blind and angry, and he started to use the rest of his money to take revenge on Wendy. Apparently, he believed, or his mistress convinced him that cutting them off was Wendy's initial plan all along. And judging by Wendy's reaction, it seems more than possible. And apparently, Wendy was not hiding at all, since she confessed that she planned to divorce Kevin at the best possible moment. Allegations about her plotting to cut him off completely started to appear. As Wendy Williams proudly stated in one of her post-separation interviews, he used his good credit to purchase property that he chose to wine and dine his extramarital affairs. I plotted to divorce Kevin and I sacrificed a lot of myself to come out successful on the other side, and it all worked. I guess Wendy deserves her moment of celebration because Kevin has no more options and ways to get to her money. Yes, she sacrificed a lot, including her beloved career on TV and her TV show, but she is back now and planning to surprise her fans with something new. Apparently, Wendy is confident that Kevin's fiasco in court will teach him a lesson and maybe force him to man up a little. Fans say it's about time that Kevin realized that Wendy never wanted to sponsor his life after the divorce. And Kevin should have been smarter in his spending. One person wrote, I just cannot understand why they thought that the Queen would allow them to live of her hard-earned wealth. Best wishes and good health to Wendy. And another person commented, Kevin joins the ranks of losers. When you are not the breadwinner, nobody is going to take care of you forever. An ex-con blessed with a life he couldn't afford by himself. Well, we all know that enjoying someone's misfortunes is not nice. But it's important to remember that this man wasn't only sleeping with another woman for 15 years of his marriage, but also fathered a child with her and tried to hide this fact from his wife. Wendy had to hire a private investigator to follow Hunter because she suspected him of cheating. And that's how she found out that his mistress, Sharina Hudson, is expecting a baby. So this was the final straw, and she made a brave decision to file for divorce. But in the case of Kevin, it was even worse because at that time, he was also employed by his then wife and worked as a producer of her show. As Kevin himself recalls, that day, I got fired from management, served divorce papers, and also fired from the show all in the same day. So yeah, Wendy has the right to be happy right now. And seeing her coming back to work means that she, in her heart and mind, made peace with Kevin and let him go and live his new life. But it's he who still chases the ghost of his past, and although he moved in with his new family, he still tries to weasel his way into Wendy's life one way or another. But with his failures in court and absence of solid reasons to file another case, he's left with nothing but attorney's bills to pay. Some of you may agree that this is karma returning him everything he had done to his ex-wife in full. Because despite his loud statements about supporting Wendy and always being a family, he began publicly humiliating her and throwing shade after the divorce took place. Fans cannot forget Kevin, his Instagram post where he wrote, "I tried to tell them health is wealth, not money." Many people suspected that she tried to throw shots at Wendy's current health problems. Although it is unclear if Hunter was referring to his ex's current state, many assumed he was, given the former couple's turbulent history. At that time, Wendy was facing multiple health disorders, including Graves' disease and lymphedema, which she was diagnosed with in 2003. On top of that, she was battling sobriety issues, which were caused by her separation from her ex-husband. And because all this piled up at the same time, Wendy had to check into a rehabilitation facility in 2019. So, as Kevin's post began circulating on social media, a multitude of people condemned him for what they felt was an inappropriate upload. I mean, this man could have shown a bit more respect to the person who has been feeding him for decades. After all, she gave him a job as a producer, and I doubt that he would have been able to create his own show with another person by his side. Because so far, we don't see Sharina Hudson turn into a celebrity. And even after the divorce, Wendy publicly revealed that she was financially supporting her ex and his new family. So Kevin took it all for granted, and probably even worse, he might have believed that he actually deserved these payments. So instead of moving on and finding other projects to produce, he continued living like a king and openly showered his mistress with luxury. He might have believed he had won the lottery and money was coming non-stop to cover all his bills and expenses, while he didn't have to move a finger to earn them. This lifestyle was so easy that when it abruptly stopped, he felt betrayed by Wendy and was ready to drag her through hell just to get his careless lifestyle back. But not anymore. I guess he can forget about Wendy's Adam forever and start embracing the fact that money should be earned, not stolen. And while Kevin tries to figure out how to continue sponsoring his mistress' growing demands, Wendy is truly happy that his attempts to sue her failed miserably. Like many people who side with the former TV host in this situation, I can't see anything bad in her current celebrations. After all, we've all been waiting for the moment when Kevin can no longer come up with excuses to drag her to court. Wendy's fans are glad that she's free from him and can go on to live her free and rich life. One of my subscribers commented, "I really can't believe Kevin thought he was going to get Wendy money. He really thought he was going to be able to not get her money and take care of his side chick. I can't believe some people sometimes." And another person added, "Kevin can apply for Medicaid for his hip surgery, and Sharina can apply for welfare. Either way, a lot of jobs are hiring. I don't know what is the problem." Well, I guess the problem with Kevin and Sharina is that they feel like being played by Wendy and can't let the situation go because they consider themselves victims. But I'm glad that Kevin's attorneys are of another opinion, and Wendy doesn't plan to discuss any terms of settlement agreement with him. She is too busy celebrating her big comeback and has no time for Kevin's hardships. And what do you reckon? Will Kevin and Sharina stop creating one scheme after another and leave Wendy alone? Or can their thirst for money never be saturated? Share your thoughts in the comments below. I'm eager to know what you're thinking. And in the meantime, check my other video about Kevin's attempts to extort more cash from his ex-wife. Well, that's all for today. Thank you for watching. I promise to be back very soon with a new portion of gossip about your favorite celebrities